YouTube. I've been sitting up just talking. And I do this regularly. And these be the times where I really want to record a video and post it. So here I am. And I was just up talking about how I've ran across many different videos on what's going on right now in the world over George Floyd's death. And all the other black men and women deaths that occurred recently and throughout history. So I'm at a crossroads with this world. And I'm at a crossroad with this world concerning the people. To be specific, the black people, okay? Now, I'll be straightforward. Every other race and nationality of people that's outside of black, it's not my concern. Everyone else who is black, I speak for you. Just like I pray for you and just like I cry for you. Because of all of the confusion mixed in with the murders and the deaths of my people, there's been an uproar. And it's fair to say that the time is now. The time is now to stand for something or fall for anything. The time is now to not only stand for something, but to speak up and to speak out. So my point is, if before the the most recent murder of George Floyd, if before that you wasn't talking about black people's problems and issues that we have in this society, and not just in America, but in the entire world, then your point of rioting, or if you out there peacefully protesting, it's like one of those things where you get triggered in the moment, and then once the moment is up, now you gotta reflect on, oh, what triggered me, and if your actions actually added up to what triggered you. So my point is, if you wasn't talking about black people's problems before George Floyd's murder, then you have some serious reevaluating. You have some serious reevaluating to do. And I say that to say, ain't no way, no how one murder of a black man got you this uproar. No. I do believe that there is a small handful of people who's genuinely out there for the cause. And then I do believe that in the midst of all of this that's going on, I do believe that there are a lot of intruders. But that's nothing new for black people, okay? Like, look at our neighborhoods and the less, the lower class, the less fortunate. Look at our neighborhoods. We're intertwined with many different races of people. Um, we don't own anything, and therefore we don't control nothing. We don't have the power to do so as far as um, as far as change go. So I am not pro pro protesting. I'm not, and I just say that to say, over the last 400 years of our forefathers and ancestors, generations all the way up into us now. This protest slash riot slash coronavirus slash black man and black woman being murdered on a daily, it's all coming to one. It's all coming together in the sense that, again, if you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything. And that's exactly what's going on right now as far as how people is reacting to the things that been playing out. Um, so what I'm gonna say is the things that we can see here is all being empowered by the things that we can't see, which is the spirit realm. And there is one God, the Most High God. There is one God who is controlling everything. Yes, all the good things, and yes, all the bad things. But nonetheless, He's controlling it all. So that's where I find myself just asking, where's my place at in this world where I look around and I see my black brothers and sisters. I don't see no place for us. So I lose motivation, I lose patience, I just lose a lot of consideration and care for the world that I'm living in today. And I find myself always talking about God. I'm always talking about God. And so I might as well just go ahead and give y'all the backstory on my awakening. When I was about 17, I got pregnant with my daughter. And by the time I was 18, I was still living with my mom and my dad and some siblings. And one of my brothers were going through some serious spiritual uh some serious spiritual battles, and he would always talk about like magnetic um machinery hitting him in his head, and noises keep taunting him, and and things and such, like demons crawling all over him trying to attack him, and this went on, y'all. This went on. Excuse me. This went on. He didn't live with us at the time, but while he was going through this, he actually moved back in with my mom, and we was already a full house. So now it's like really a full house. And followed up with him, my other brother. But the moral of this story is how I began to awaken. I had a really miserable pregnancy. My pregnancy was not planned at all, but I chose to go through it. And during this time for me, the spirit came over me one day. I remember I was sitting there on the couch just listening to my brother Ram, because he used to be in the kitchen listening to a Pacific type of YouTubers, and their YouTube is GOCC, which I currently listen to right now. I currently watch right now. Excuse me. No, I do not have the coronavirus. No, I do not. I'm just tired. I was up. I was up all night. All right. Okay, back to the story. So, um, yeah. So the spirit came over me while I was sitting there on the couch, listening to him ram, and basically, the spirit just told me to listen. Cause my mom, my sisters, and my other brother, they basically was like, "Oh, what's wrong with him? Like, what's going on with him?" And basically thinking that he was going crazy, going cuckoo. And me, I didn't think it was something wrong with him. I didn't think he was crazy, because prior to this, my brother he was the breadwinner in the family, okay? And you know what it means as far as being a breadwinner. You bring that bread home, you feed your family, and you go finish doing what you're doing. That was him, and he always came through. So how you go from being able to concentrate perfectly fine out there in the streets when you're out there in the trenches trying to get it, and then all of a sudden you can't even you can't even you can't even like hold a regular conversation without him talking about God and the spirit and something happening to him and demons and stuff like that. So the spirit just told me listen, and so what I do, I sat there with my pregnant ass and I listened. And I listened for days, and days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. And now, since then, I gave birth when I was 18, and now I'm 24, so that was there 6 years ago, if not 6 years and some change. And I have been just taken over and overwhelmed by the Spirit, and just gaining so much spiritual knowledge and just spiritual strength. Like, and that's where my awakening began. I'll definitely have more I'll definitely have more stories about myself, my life in this world, and how it all comes together into basically me making YouTube videos and trying to find what's my place in this world, like. And I don't have, like I said, faith in this world. Like, so it's like me getting up and going out there and fighting for people. Do people know what they fighting for? Do people even acknowledge the spirit realm? Do people know that their soul is worthless? Not worthless, it's unlimited. Like, do people know like that this thing have been a war ever since God told um what is his name? I y'all gonna have to check this out. It's called Libius in the Bible. I just know him as Satan or the devil. But it's another name inside of the Bible. When God told him to bow down to man, okay, that's the black man and the black woman. Don't let nobody tell y'all the nothing difference. The black man is the black woman, okay. That's why we're the most sought after. But also, we so strong. We was built for this. Like, we was built to go through it. We just need to acknowledge who we are. And we really them people. Like, we really are. Like, I'm not just saying it to make you feel good. No, because trust me, I be okay. So listen, like I said, there's more to come with this. I just want to give y'all a background on what I was sitting up here talking about, and basically how I come to where I am now in this world. And be bold, be blessed, and be absolutely, I said be bold, be blessed, be I used the word, it was something like something, it was like something black. It was something, but basically let the skin that you in, because trust me, that melanin, it's definitely it's one of the weapons that we was given to survive down here. Peace.